Hey guys, it's Benji with some Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare gameplay. Today I decided to record some Gardens and Graveyards and upload that while I talk over it because I just, there's something that's been on my mind lately, and this game is a perfect game to use as an example. So, before I go and ramble on about that, let me talk about this game. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare is a third-person shooter made by EA Games, and it's based around the popular Plants vs. Zombies mobile game that's available on most phones and iPods and iPads nowadays. And upon playing this game, I did not think I was going to like it. In fact, it's a funny story how I even got this game. What happened was I went on Friday to go buy a game for some kind of party I was going to, because my friends all love to play games. So I bought it, and it turns out I didn't like it. So I returned it to GameStop, and to my surprise, you can't return games there anymore. You can only trade them in. So since I only, bought the game the other day, the guy let me return the game, but I had to buy another game right there on the spot, and kind of just use the money that he was giving back to me. So basically it was like I didn't buy the game. So what ended up happening was I ended up getting Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare and putting like 16 bucks down on Call of Duty, and that's how I got this game. And upon playing it, I thought I was going to hate it, but it turns out to be a really fun game and a very relaxing game at that. I have not gotten frustrated with this game yet, and it's kind of funny how it's just a weird, funny shooter, and it's kind of hard to get mad at it, really. I've tried multiple times to go quote-unquote try hard and, just destroy people, but, when I come up short, I don't usually get angry, and it's kind of weird. This is the first game I own that doesn't make me angry. Call of Duty Ghosts and Black Ops 2 and all those games, they just drive me up a wall. I honestly get so worked up over those games nowadays. It's just, there's no point in even popping them in the disc tray anymore. But Plants vs. Zombies is a good game that just sort of alleviates all the stress I have with other games I own. So basically what will happen is if I'm playing Call of Duty, I will get mad at that, switch to this, and then, then try Call of Duty again later. So anyway, my thoughts about the gameplay in general. From what I experienced playing this game, the game is nothing's too overpowered, nothing's too underpowered. It's it just seems like a kind of balanced out shooter. The class I love playing as the best is the zombie soldier, because it's the most similar to the like soldier classes from other games, where it's sort of like getting an assault rifle and you go in and just kind of clean house. There's other classes in the game too. There's engineer for the zombies. There's the all-star, which is kind of like the tank, and and the scientist, which is the medic of the group. Then you get the plants, who has the pea shooter, which is their soldier. The cactus, which is kind of like a sniper type of thing. The sunflower is their healer, and the chomper, which is like their tank. All these different classes have their own abilities. I'm not going to go over them in this video because it's just going to take too much time. But I just kind of want to talk about, why I think this game is underappreciated right now, as some other games are out there. For a while now, ever since I started playing games on the 360, I've been sort of judging games by how they look. For example, if a game looks like it's a cartoony shooter, I don't want it, because I'm usually going to think that game's bad. In the case of Borderlands, I bought that game, just was so crappy looking when it came out, I didn't want to buy it. And then I ended up buying it a couple years later because it turned out to be a really good game. The one game I can think of in my life that I bought on impulse because I thought it was going to be good, and it turned out to be amazing. To be 100% honest, was Battlefield 2. I mean, Battlefield Bad Company 2. Basically what happened, this was in the days of Modern Warfare 2 where, you know, the servers got hacked and Infinity Ward was doing their best to clean it up at the time. So me and my buddies were looking for a new game to play that was a first-person shooter. So I had some money I needed to go spend. I went over to GameStop and I asked, is there any games that are similar to Call of Duty without actually being Call of Duty? And a guy pointed me into Battlefield Bad Company 2. He says, this game just came out. I hear really good things about it, but I gotta warn you, it's not like Call of Duty in any way, but it's just as fun. If you're looking for an FPS, it's a great game. So I bought it, went home, and ended up playing the game for like 10 hours straight. I had so much fun with it. And I was just playing the campaign at that point. I switched over to the multiplayer, and it had even more fun. It took some getting used to with the health system and everything, because you know, you have the little number in the corner of your screen, and you got to use med kits and stuff to heal yourself instead of just regenerating maximum right there on the spot. But you know, it was a great game, and the same thing's in the case of Garden Warfare here. I didn't think I was going to like this game when I bought it because of the way it looked, and it turned out I enjoy it. So this just goes to show you guys that, I mean, don't judge a book by its cover. If a game looks crappy, chances are it's probably a good game. You know, a lot of games are like that nowadays, and a lot of people judge games by how they look, which is why, you know, so many of these games go unappreciated by the gamers who play them. But anyway, I just wanted to say that because it's sad to see that this game doesn't get the respect it should be getting from the gaming community. I did not see nearly as many gameplays and commentaries about this game as I see Call of Duty, but you know, it is what it is, and you know, in the future I'm sure gamers will correct their ways and start judging games more on how they play than how they look. So I was on YouTube earlier checking out a couple videos, and Machinima uploaded a video that asked, is Call of Duty killing other games? So this kind of falls on the topic with the video I'm doing now, because this is another case of, you know, somebody neglecting a good game for another, you know, juggernaut title. So Call of Duty, multi-million-dollar title, and almost everybody plays it. But the thing I want to know is, you know, games like Murdered Soul Suspects, which IGN and Machinima both mentioned in their videos, you know, are very underappreciated because Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is, you know, gaining so much hype right now. You know, this is another case of don't judge a book by its cover. I mean, Call of Duty is amazing. Chances are you'll probably get it, but don't neglect every other game because of a new game coming out, because that's what leads to people getting so much hate worked up for the companies who make these games. It's like, oh, well, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, oh man, can't wait to get it, and it turns out it sucks. Then you guys are going to be disappointed and mad, and you're going to take your aggression out on the company when you should be blaming yourselves, because honestly, you put too much faith behind one game when there's a bunch of other games out that you could possibly play. And you know, maybe that game will scratch that itch. This way, if that game does come out and it sucks, you could just, you know, return it and continue to play this other game. I mean, there's a couple games that were shown off at E3 this year that I'm going to enjoy, like the Halo Master Chief Collection is probably going to be the thing I play for hours and hours on end. I've been waiting for another Halo FPS to come out for a while now. In my honest opinion, Halo 2 was kind of a disappointment on the multiplayer side, but I'm sure reliving all my favorite Halo maps on Anniversary in multiplayer is going to scratch that itch that Halo 4 did not scratch. But anyway, you know, now this brings the question, like, do I think Call of Duty is killing other franchises off? Absolutely not. I mean, every franchise has their own unique traits to it. Like, for example, here, Halo has its multiplayer that is just different from Call of Duty. I mean, Halo 4 The one thing that upset me about that was it seemed like they were going for a Call of Duty approach. They added perks and different things in there that kind of, you know, give your player a more customizable feel. But in the end, all we really want is to customize our armor, our weapons, and you know, that's it. I mean, we don't want faster reloading speed on our Spartans. We don't want, you know, infinite jetpack fuel or whatever. It just doesn't. It's not what gamers want. And believe me, I mean, not all gamers are gonna agree with me about this, but I feel like a majority of the gamers who play a franchise want the franchise to stay relatively the same. I mean, games like Call of Duty 4, everyone loved it, and we've been waiting for God knows how long for them to realize that we want things to be simple again. We don't want these complex games where it's like, oh, you can rock 5 perks, or if you take this attachment off your gun, you can get another perk, yada yada yada. We just don't need more complicated games. I think if we keep things simplified, more games would be, you know, more popular. Some games, like Battlefield, complex is better because you're on a 64-player scale, fighting multiple enemies, and you know, it's just better if you have more tools to use when you're in that kind of war zone. Games like Call of Duty, more stuff thrown into it is just going to, you know, clustify the game. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay of Plants vs. Zombies, and enjoyed my little speech here about how games are going underappreciated. I did not mean to offend anybody, but with this video, if I did, I was just kind of expressing a point that is kind of, you know, hanging over my head right now. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. I'm gonna write out the last minute here by asking you guys, would you like to see more Plants vs. Zombies gameplay on this channel? Because if you guys enjoyed this, I can definitely make more. Plants vs. Zombies is a really fun game for me to play, and I wouldn't mind doing more of it for you guys in the future. I'm currently downloading Guacamelee right now for the Xbox One, so as soon as that's done downloading, I can get to work on more of that, because for some reason the Xbox One likes to lag whenever you're downloading something and deciding to play a multiplayer game. But we'll work on that, hopefully, when Microsoft decides to make a patch or something for that, which I doubt it can even be patched. But anyway, if you guys want to see some more Plants vs. Zombies gameplay, let me know in the comments below. I will get back to you. Stay tuned on my channel for more gameplay videos and Let's Plays. The Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Let's Play will be starting tomorrow, with or without my friend, because I kind of been putting it off because of him. So I will be seeing you guys in the near future. And until next time, guys, it's Benji. See you later.